आफ्टर गिविंग द मेंस आई थिंक एक ड्रॉप आता है कि आप थोड़े एग्जॉस्ट हो जाते हो. उस वक्त मोटिवेशन बना के रखना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आई थिंक माई पेरेंट्स रियली हेल्प मी. मैं उन्हीं के साथ रहा हूँ लास्ट 2 years से. तो उन्होंने मेरे को मोटिवेट किया कि जो आपकी शॉर्टकमिंग्स थी फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में, आप उनको अचीव करें, उसको बेटर करें. कोविड की वजह से थोड़ा वो भी होता था, नर्वसनेस, न्यूज़ पे भी वही चल रहा था. बट देन आई थॉट माई पेरेंट्स शील्डेड मी फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ दैट. सो आई थिंक आई रियली वांट टू थैंक देम फॉर देयर हेल्प हियर.
जो लोग मेहनत का साथ नहीं छोड़ते, किस्मत उनका हाथ नहीं छोड़ती. हाय लर्नर्स, वेलकम टू कैमल टी विद टॉपर्स, एन इनिशिएटिव बाय अनअकैडमी. आई एम अभिषेक श्रीवास्तव. Today we have Divyanshu Chaudhary with us. He is All India Rank 30 in UPSC CSE 2020. Let's welcome him on the show. Hi Divyanshu, welcome to the show.
Hi Abhishek, really glad to be here.
Same here. Divyanshu, जो है first of all we would like to understand कि since you have secured such a good rank, तो as a student Divyanshu, आप थोड़ा बताओ अपने बारे में कि आप schooling कैसी रही आपकी, जो है college life कैसी रही, college कौन सा था and all. तो that part we would like to touch first.
So Abhishek, I did my schooling from Jaipur. It was in St. Anselm's Pink City School. उसके बाद में +2 मैंने वहीं से किया है and then I went to BITS Pilani for my engineering. I did my engineering in electrical and electronics engineering. After that, as a fresher, I went to IIM Calcutta for my MBA. Finished that off in 2017.
Okay.
Then got the final placement in HSBC Bank. Worked for a year in that. And after that, I decided to quit my job and start civil services preparation full time.
But with such a settled life, why did you choose this path? Why did you think कि हाँ, ये छोड़ के अभी UPSC की तैयारी करते हैं? What inspired you actually?
Sir, honestly, there were 2 motivating factors for me. The first one was intrinsic motivation. This arose from the fact that during my college experiences, I had worked with NSS and Teach for India, NSS in BITS Pilani and Teach for India in IIM Calcutta. And in those 24 years of my life when I was working in HSBC, I realized that these were the 2 most enriching experiences of my life. And the impact that I saw of my work, however big or small, I really thought that I could make this impact at a much larger level by being an administrator. And hence this was my intrinsic motivation to go for UPSC.
Okay.
And the external motivation came from my parents, because they were also really enthusiastic about me getting into the civil services, and they always had motivated me to go for this examination. So I think both my parents and my intrinsic motivation helped me really to do really well in this examination.
Got it. दिव्यांशु, जो है ना सबसे ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है स्टार्ट करना, right? So when you were in HSBC and you decided कि हाँ मुझे ये करना है, right? How did you actually started? How, as a beginner, how were you? कैसे प्लान कर रहे थे, क्या strategize कर रहे थे?
Actually, Abhishek, there were 2 or 3 things that were very clear to me right from the start. The first one was that I had opted for maths as my optional. When I actually went to Old Rajendra Nagar, I saw that there are many people who do not have an idea about what optional they'll take even after going 4 or 5 months into the preparation. So that was the first thing I decided on maths, because maths firstly is a very interesting subject. Secondly, it gives very high marks, and at the same time I had also covered a lot of topics in mathematics in my engineering and management background.
Okay.
So this was my first strategy. The second one was that I would restrict my resources to as minimum as I could. I referred to various blogs and interviews of toppers on YouTube, and I searched for the static material which could give me maximum return on investment with minimum preparation. So what I did was I restricted the resources and revised them again and again, so as to get good marks in particularly the static part. And thirdly, in the current affairs, I started off reading the Hindu as every other aspirant does, but eventually I graduated to studying the daily current affairs and all as well. So I think this was my overall broad strategy as a beginner.
तो एज अ बिगनर एक बहुत बड़ा हाइप है NCERTs का, राइट? सो डिड यू ऑल्सो गो फॉर NCERTs कि हाँ 6 to 12 सारी NCERTs पढ़नी है?
I think NCERTs are a very inevitable part of every UPSC aspirant's preparation. And मेरा क्योंकि background ऐसा था कि मुझे 6 to 12 की पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी, मैंने 11th और 12th की पढ़ी थी, because class 10 तक I had already read NCERTs and I was very well versed with the idea of how I'll go about them. So I only referred to the class 11th and 12th NCERTs, but yes, they are very, very important.
ओके, सो सब्जेक्ट वाइज समझते हैं जो है दिव्यांशु की, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से पॉलिटी, तो पॉलिटी में आपका अप्रोच क्या था?
सो आई थिंक जो सब एस्पिरेंट्स का अप्रोच रहता है, मैंने भी पॉलिटी के लिए लक्ष्मीकांत बुक ही रेफर करी थी.
ओके,
एंड आई हैड नॉट मेड एनी सेपरेट नोट्स फॉर दैट. मैं जिस भी बुक की रीडिंग करता था, बी इट लक्ष्मीकांत और एनी अदर बुक, मैं उसमें अंडरलाइन कर लेता था इंपॉर्टेंट स्टफ, एंड व्हेनेवर आई यूज्ड टू रीड द बुक अगेन, आई ओनली यूज्ड टू रीड दैट स्टफ. So I think that really helped me make notes in the book itself and revise them as fast as I could whenever the exam time approached.
So you basically you're saying कि जितना भी स्टैटिक्स पार्ट है उसमें हम बुक को ही रेफर कर ले रहे थे, उसी को जो है अंडरलाइन कर लेते थे, that acted as a notes for you.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, and then what was for history?
So for history, of course, the NCERTs are very important. In fact, I would like to say that in history, both the old and the new NCERTs are equally important, because in recent years, we have seen questions coming from the new NCERTs, which are the themes in Indian history, as they are called. Apart from that, I had referred to the Spectrum book, which is also very popular amongst the UPSC aspirants. So these were my resources for history, and again, the underlining part remains the same.
Got it. And for geography?
For geography, I had only referred to the NCERTs, because I thought that they would give me a very good idea of what actually is the geography all about. And I could also satisfactorily answer all the questions of geography in the GS1 mains paper based on my reading of NCERTs itself.
Okay, and you mean only 11th and 12th NCERTs or jo hai all the NCERTs?
Only 11th and 12th.
Only 11th and 12th. Got it. And last is economy. Economy में क्या कर रहे थे आप?
So actually, for the static part of economy, I didn't refer to any resource because I had an economics as a subject when I was in my engineering and management both. So I was versed with the idea of macroeconomics pretty well. So for the economy, I only referred to the current affairs preparation, and there was no static preparation per se.
Got it. Okay, and so I think जो major part रहा है वो जो dynamic part है, जो current affair वाला part है, तो फिर वो कैसे manage किया आपने?
So for the current affairs, I actually went for a 3-step strategy. The first one was that when I started reading the Hindu, it took me 2.5 to 3 hours at the very first go, which I think happens with every aspirant. And after that, what I did was I searched for a YouTube video, and Roman Seni sir's video came up. And he had actually outlined what all important stuff is there in Hindu. So I think that filtering out thing really worked well for me. I was able to reduce my reading time of Hindu from like 2.5 to like half hour in a span of a month's time. So I think this was my first part, where firstly I would like to know that which are the important news that I should make notes of, and at the same time how to develop opinion based on those news articles.
And was this the initial phase, or you can say that after some time you understood that this is the way I should do this?
This was in the initial phase itself. So for the first 1 to 2 months, I solely referred to the Hindu newspaper, and I worked out this strategy so that I could firstly form an opinion and at the same time understand what all important stuff comes in the newspaper.
और आप उससे notes ही बना रहे थे या खाली newspaper पढ़ रहे थे?
I was actually making notes of the newspaper, but there was one thing that initially I started making notes of the various opinions as well, which were coming in the newspaper. But later I realized that in the mains examination, your answer should be a very balanced answer. It should not appear biased to the examiner. So for that, eventually I went on to read the current affair magazines, which really helped me develop a balanced answer. And for the Hindu newspaper, I made notes only from a prelims point of view. So any factual news that came, for example, a new planet is discovered or a plant is discovered, will be important in science and technology. So I made notes of that.
Got it. कितना बल्कि नोट्स हो गए?
एक साल के तो सर काफी हो जाते हैं, but again it was very factual stuff, so I think बस पढ़ना ही होता था बार बार, और जितना भी याद रह जाए उतना ठीक था. So I made notes for a year apparently.
Was there any different approach for prelims and mains, or any separate approach, or it was an integrated preparation?
So actually for me it was very much an integrated preparation, because I think if we prepare well from a mains point of view, for a prelims examination, the only thing that we need to change is study the material from an objective point of view rather than subjective. But we need to understand the concepts both in prelims and mains examination. So I think the approach should be a very integrated one, but as the prelims examinations comes close, the preparation should tilt towards being related to the prelims only, and after that it should go for the mains part.
Okay. Was there any point where you decided कि हाँ ये अब मुझे थोड़ा prelims पे ज़्यादा focus करना चाहिए and maybe mock वगैरह लगाने चाहिए, practice करना चाहिए? Did you do that?
So my full-fledged preparation for prelims started maybe 3 to 4 months before the prelims.
Okay.
Because to be very honest, I think prelims is the scariest part of this examination right now. And if you do not clear prelims, you do not go further in this examination. So my preparation was 3 to 4 months before, and I had started giving the mock papers then itself.
Okay.
But there were some sectional mocks that I was also practicing beforehand, because since I had covered the syllabus, so I could practice the sectional mocks related to the static part really well.
Got it. तो कितने mocks दिए होंगे आपने total for prelims?
So since I gave 2 attempts of UPSC, in my first attempt I gave around 80 to 100 mocks of prelims examination.
Okay.
This was because I was very excited that this is my first prelims, and I think I should go for as many number of mocks as possible.
Okay.
But to be very honest, when I came out of the examination, I realized it's not a game of knowledge. It's a game of how logically you can apply elimination techniques and other such stuff to filter out the answer rather than knowing the stuff. So in my second attempt, I reduced it to 40 to 50, which is basically 50% of the first one. But since I had this technique, I was able to score better in the second
attempt. Can you tell us more about this technique?
So if I had to talk a bit more about this elimination technique, for example, in UPSC, let's say if there is a question, it has 2 points or 3 sub-points and some 4 options are given. Normally, the statements which carry absolute words like never, all, they would not really be in the answer. So this was like one of the techniques. Similarly, science and tech meant normally all of the above comes in the answer, because the potential applications of anything is huge. So wo tha. And similarly, I remember this one question where there were some materials given, and it was asked that which one would minimize the environmental degradation. And asphalt was given as one of the options, and there was one hot asphalt and there was one cold asphalt. So I realized that if UPSC wanted to give asphalt, they would not differentiate between the temperatures. So one of them has to be eliminated. So I went to the answer through that. So ऐसे मैंने use किया.
Got it. Okay. So you're saying that logically we can eliminate the options and can reach the...
Yes.
Okay. So if I say that there were 100 questions, how many questions were there which you think you absolutely knew the correct answer, right? And then there were, let's say other 30-40% which you reached the correct answer via this technique. So what was that percentage?
So I think the dead sure correct attempt would be around 35 to 40 questions.
Okay.
जो मैं perfectly sure था, जो मैं अपने first go में कर लेता था. Second go में I would apply this technique and try to get to the answer as close as possible. That would fetch me another 35 to maybe 40 questions. And the rest of the 20 questions, उसमें अगर कुछ आता था तो मैं कर लेता था. So मेरा attempt 90 questions के आसपास रहता था.
80 to 90 would be the correct attempt.
Exactly.
Got it.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.
History is the story of change and progress. It is the story of us all. Time travels with me to different periods in Indian history. I am Abhishek Srivastav, your educator for UPSC CSE, and I'll guide you till the end of your learning journey. मेरे टाइम ट्रैवल बैच में एनरोल करें और सीखें पूरी इंडियन हिस्ट्री मेरे साथ. Get inspired by Indian history at Unacademy. Okay. So you said कि you gave a lot many mocks. तो ये mocks का आप analysis कर रहे थे, देख रहे थे कि कहाँ पे गलती हो रही है, या it was more about practicing कि हाँ मुझे जो आता है मैं कितना अच्छा apply कर पा रहा हूँ?
I think it was a mix of both of them, and काफी बार ऐसा होता था कि mocks में कोई क्वेश्चन सिली मिस्टेक होता था तो गलत हो जाता था. तो मैं उसको स्पेसिफिकली देखता था कि ये आगे गलती ना हो. एंड एट द सेम टाइम जैसे मैंने ये एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक की बात करी, तो काफी क्वेश्चंस मॉक्स में ऐसे होते थे जिसमें अगर आपको लिमिटेड इन्फॉर्मेशन भी है, आप फिर भी आंसर तक पहुंच सकते हो. तो मैं जब पेपर अटेम्प्ट करता था, मैं क्या करता था, जो भी मैंने गेसेस लगाए मैं उनको सर्कल आउट कर लेता था. एंड जो भी मेरे एकदम गेसेस में भी वो है कि जो मेरे एलिमिनेशन वाले गेसेस उनको सर्कल आउट करता था, जो एकदम ही रैंडम गेस अगर 1-2 लगाना हो उसको स्टार मार्क कर लेता था. तो उस तरह से मैं अपने पेपर को एनालाइज करता था.
सो दैट मींस यू आर आल्सो प्रैक्टिसिंग दिस एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक, इम्प्रोवाइजिंग ऑन दैट कि हाँ यार ये पार्ट मेरा ये वाला है, एलिमिनेशन वाला है, एंड आई नीड टू इंप्रूव ऑन इट.
यस, एग्जैक्टली.
गॉट इट. ओके. अच्छा, एक और जो बहुत डर है बच्चों में वो है आंसर राइटिंग का, राइट? सो एट व्हाट पॉइंट यू डिसाइडेड कि यार थोड़ा सा आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस भी करते हैं? व्हाट वाज योर स्ट्रेटजी देयर?
So actually for answer writing, I had not written a single answer before the prelims examination.
Okay.
This was because the most important part of answer writing is content. If you do not have the content, you cannot write an answer. And I had not memorized anything from a mains point of view before the prelims examination.
And you're talking about first attempt or second?
In both the attempts,
in
actually.
Both attempts.
Yes. So in both the attempts, I gave the test series only after I had cleared the prelims examination.
Okay.
And in my first attempt, I remember that in the first two tests, I did not know that diagrams important है, flow charts important है. तो ये सब चीजें I think एक दो टेस्ट देने के बाद मेरे को काफी पकड़ में आ गई थी कि मेरे को पॉइंट फॉर्म में लिखना है, इंट्रो बॉडी कंक्लूजन फॉर्मेट में. तो ये सब चीजें आई थिंक मॉक टेस्ट के थ्रू आप इजीली प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं.
ओके, सो व्हाट इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ योर आंसर? मतलब अब जो एक रिफाइंड फाइनल जो आंसर आज आप लिखते हो, राइट, अगर मैं कहूँ कि उसको आप डिफाइन करो तो उसका स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होता है, उसमें कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स होते हैं?
सो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर जो मैं फॉलो करता हूँ वो इंट्रो बॉडी कंक्लूजन फॉर्मेट ही रहता है. बॉडी में मैं पॉइंट फॉर्मेट में देने की कोशिश करता हूँ बिकॉज दैट विल गिव अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इनसाइट टू दी एग्जामिनर कि इसको क्वेश्चन के बारे में आइडिया है. सिमिलरली कीवर्ड्स लिखना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. मैं अंडरलाइन भी करता था सो दैट उसी के थ्रू आपके मार्क्स बढ़ जाएं. एंड स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट व्हाट आई डिड वाज डेफिनेशन वगैरह लिख सकते हैं, पर अगर आप कोई डेटा पॉइंट दे पाएं एज बेसिक एज कंट्रीब्यूशन टू जीडीपी ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर, अगर एग्रीकल्चर का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो भी आई थिंक वो आपको 1 मार्क ज्यादा फेच करेगा. और कंक्लूजन थोड़ा फ्यूचरिस्टिक होना चाहिए. तो ये बेसिक चीजें मैंने फॉलो करी थी अपने आंसर राइटिंग.
स्पेशली अबाउट इंट्रोडक्शन की एक जो बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि यार स्टार्ट ही कैसे करें, क्वेश्चन पढ़ लिया क्या लिखें, राइट, तो वहाँ पे क्या अप्रोच है?
मेरा फर्स्ट अप्रोच ये रहता था कि जैसे ही मैं कोई क्वेश्चन पढ़ता था मैं क्वेश्चन के इंपॉर्टेंट कीवर्ड्स अंडरलाइन कर लेता था.
ओके.
एंड फिर मेरा तो जैसे ही मैंने क्वेश्चन पढ़ा विद इन अ मिनट और सो आई अंडरलाइंड इट. एंड उसके बाद मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन वही उन्हीं कीवर्ड्स के बेसिस पे स्टार्ट होता था कि मैं किस में क्या ऐड कर सकता हूँ. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया डेफिनेशन दे सकता हूँ, कोई डेटा पॉइंट दे सकता हूँ, या कोई कोट लिख सकता हूँ किसी इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सनालिटी का. तो ये सब चीजें मैं इंट्रोडक्शन में इंक्लूड करता था.
गॉट इट. अच्छा, देयर आर अदर सब्जेक्ट्स लाइक जो है एक इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट एनवायरनमेंट, राइट. सो एनवायरनमेंट को लेके काफ़ी स्पेशली मटेरियल को लेके कि कहाँ से पढ़ें, क्या पढ़ें, समथिंग. तो व्हाट वाज योर अप्रोच? हाउ डिड यू डिसाइडेड कि दिस इज द राइट थिंग टू डू फॉर एनवायरनमेंट?
सो एक्चुअली एनवायरनमेंट के लिए ही आई थिंक द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर इज द बेस्ट रिसोर्स. बिकॉज आई थिंक जो संडे को हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर का साइंस एंड टेक का पार्ट आता है, उसमें काफी नए स्पीशीज डिस्कवर होते हैं या कोई टेक्नोलॉजी होती है, वो सब चीजें आती हैं जो एक्चुअल प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन में पूछी भी जाती हैं. तो हिंदू के नोट्स बनाना वाज माय फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी. एंड द सेकंड वन वाज जो डेली करंट अफेयर्स आते हैं उसके मैंने नोट्स बना लिए थे. दिस कैन बी डन फ्रॉम एनी वेबसाइट पर से. सो ये मेरे 2 मेन स्ट्रैटेजी थे, क्योंकि एनवायरनमेंट में स्टैटिक पार्ट नॉर्मली पूछते भी नहीं और मैं एक साइंस का स्टूडेंट हूँ तो मुझे पढ़ने की जरूरत लगी नहीं. तो बस ये करंट पार्ट मैंने यहाँ से कवर किया.
एक और सब्जेक्ट है आर्ट एंड कल्चर, राइट. वहाँ पे कैसे किया आपने, कैसे मैनेज किया?
So for art and culture, I had only referred to 2 resources. One is the NCERT of class 11th, जो पतली सी NCERT around 120 pages. I had referred to that. And apart from that, there is this book by Nitin Singhania. सर उनकी मैंने बुक रेफर करी थी. आई थिंक देयर इज अ वीडियो अगेन बाय रोमन सैनी सर ऑन यूट्यूब जिसमें उन्होंने बता रखा है इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स क्या हैं इस बुक में. मैंने वो मार्क कर लिए थे. और फिर मैंने प्रीवियस ईयर्स क्वेश्चंस में देखा कि नॉर्मली जैसे एक टॉपिक रहता है रिलीजन का, बुद्धिज्म जैनिज्म पे काफी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, तो मैंने उस टाइप हिसाब से प्रायोरिटाइज किए अपने टॉपिक्स कि मैं पहले ये पढ़ूंगा फिर ये पढ़ूंगा. तो ये मेरी स्ट्रेटजी थी.
गॉट इट. सो दिव्यांशु, मैथमेटिक्स काफ़ी टफ सब्जेक्ट माना जाता है, राइट. आपने ऑप्शनल चूज किया, तो उसमें स्ट्रैटेजी क्या रही आपकी, कैसे आपने कॉन्कर किया?
सो मैथमेटिक्स में पहली स्ट्रैटेजी तो मेरी ये थी बिकॉज इट्स अ स्टैटिक सब्जेक्ट. सो आई हैड गॉट ऑल द रिसोर्सेज दैट आई हैड गॉट फ्रॉम वेरियस ब्लॉग्स एंड इंटरव्यूज ऑफ टॉपर्स. तो मैंने वो बुक्स ले ली थी हर टॉपिक की. एंड एट द सेम टाइम आई हैड माय कोचिंग मटेरियल एज वेल. सो इन्हीं को बार बार प्रैक्टिस करना वाज माय प्रायोरिटी. एंड इफ आई हैड टू टॉक अबाउट द टाइम डिवीजन, 60 to 40 मेरा रहता था नॉर्मली. 60 go on to maths and 40 for GS and essay preparation. And after that, after I was well versed with the material and books, I went for the test series to test कि अब मैं कहाँ लैग कर रहा हूँ, और मैंने वही एरियाज बार बार चेक किए जहाँ पे मैं गलतियाँ कर रहा था. So this was my broad strategy.
Okay. What was the final score in maths option?
So I got 285 marks this year.
Awesome. Okay, great. So you said कि essay भी साथ में प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे, तो essay आपने कब स्टार्ट किया प्रैक्टिस करना, and how many essay did you write?
So I think essay is a very important part because इसमें आपका जितना भी नॉलेज है पूरे यूपीएससी का, पर्टिकुलरली फ्रॉम द जीएस पार्ट, वो रिफ्लेक्ट होता है. सो आई स्टार्टेड राइटिंग माय एसेज इन बोथ द अटेम्प्ट्स आफ्टर आई हैड कवर्ड 1 राउंड ऑफ जीएस प्रिपरेशन. तो मैंने उसके बाद स्टार्ट किया था. इन माय फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट आई गेव 5 essays, wrote 5. In my second I wrote 3 essays. 3 tests, so basically 6 essays, and in the first one 5 tests, so 10 essays.
Got it. By the way, what are the learnings from your first attempt? मतलब जो है फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट के बाद आपको क्या लगा कि हाँ ये चीज़ें थोड़ी गलत हो गई थी, ये फिक्स गलत है, तो व्हाट वाज दैट?
आई थिंक फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट से काफ़ी लर्निंग्स रही मेरी। पहली चीज़ तो ये थी कि मेरे पास थोड़ा टाइम का कमी था इन माई फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट, and because of which I was not able to do justice to maths properly.
Okay.
So this time I had purchased all the other books, also reference books, which were required for practice of mathematics topics.
Okay.
So I practiced maths really well this time. Apart from that, I had also only written 7 tests of GS in my last attempt. So I thought my preparation was a bit lacking there. This time I wrote 14. So I wanted to maximize the number of tests that I could write. And similarly, in my first attempt, interview में भी थोड़ा issue था. I did not get good marks. So I've really worked hard on this. Gave around 30 mock interviews this year, so as to score a really good marks in interview as well.
Okay, so we'll come back to the interview वाला part. Let's talk about the day of the examination. तो prelims का जो day है या फिर one day before the prelims examination, क्या mindset होता है and how you manage that? क्या करना चाहिए उसमें?
So one day before the prelims, I think everybody should just relax and be confident and calm about your preparation. I remember this year, one day before the prelims, there was this IPL match going on and I was just seeing it because I had nothing to do. Okay. So I think that really helped me calm my nerves, and you should just be confident about your preparation, have a good sleep, because that is very important. Your brain should function properly at 9 AM when the paper is given to you. And also at the same time, जो आप mock tests practice करते हो, वो आपको UPSC time के हिसाब से करने चाहिए, तो वो आपको exam में भी performance में reflect होगा. तो यही मेरा strategy.
Okay. And any suggestion for the examination center or the day of the examination?
I remember this time the school that I had got in my prelims examination, उसका टेबल इतना छोटा था कि उसमें बस पेपर और क्वेश्चन पेपर और आंसर शीट ही आ पा रही थी. So I had a tough time filling all the bubbles because I was not able to place my hand. But these things can come based on luck, I think. So ये सब चीजें अवॉइड तो नहीं कर सकते, पर जितना आप एग्जाम में इसके ऊपर ध्यान नहीं देंगे उतना बेटर होगा. और बाकी ऑफ कोर्स there's anxiety, there's nervousness, वो सब रहता ही है. But once the paper comes and 2 or 3 questions you are able to solve, I think that should give you confidence to move further in the exam.
Got it. And what about mains? Because mains में एक ही दिन में 2 पेपर हो रहे हैं, 3-3 घंटे के, लगातार 4-5 दिन हो गया, तो काफ़ी हेक्टिक हो जाता है. So how to keep yourself calm and composed कि हाँ ये एग्जामिनेशन सही जाए. लास्ट तक आते आते काफ़ी लोग जो है परेशान हो जाते हैं कि कैसे होगा ये, तो कैसे मैनेज होता है?
सर मेंस में एक तो बेस्ट चीज़ ये थी कि दोनों ही टाइम मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मेरे को अकम्पनी किया था. सो आई थिंक दैट केप्ट मी रियली मोटिवेटेड, बोथ एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ द एग्जामिनेशन इन द मॉर्निंग एंड जो ब्रेक होता था दोनों एग्जामिनेशंस के बीच में, वो खाना लाते थे एंड दे यूज्ड टू फीड मी. सो दैट ऑल आई थिंक रियली हेल्प्ड मी. सो वो एक चीज़ थी. सेकेंड चीज़ ये थी कि जब जैसे मैंने पहले भी बताया, मैंने प्रीलिम्स की तरह मेंस के भी जो मॉक पेपर्स थे वो मैंने यूपीएससी टाइमिंग्स के हिसाब से लिखे थे. सो आई वाज वेरी वेल वर्स्ड विद द आइडिया कि मेरे को इसी टाइम में ये पेपर कंप्लीट करना है और इसी टाइम में लिखना है. तो आई थिंक एस्पिरेंट्स को वैसे अगर वो प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो उस दिन ऐसा नहीं होगा कि अगर आप दोपहर में पेपर लिख रहे हैं आपको नींद आ रही है या कुछ और चीज़ हो रही है. सो वो चीज़ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. नर्वसनेस वगैरह थी. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर मेरे शायद एथिक्स का पेपर तो छूटने ही वाला था. जस्ट एट द लास्ट मोमेंट आई कंप्लीटेड इट. सो फास्ट लिखना पड़ता है, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई थिंक इट वाज ऑल वर्थ इट इन द एंड.
So did you practice for speed, specifically for speed? कि मुझे जल्दी लिखना है, पेपर खत्म करना है, something like that?
Sir, thankfully I have speed in terms of writing skills. Okay. But the thing is, जैसे ही मैं पेपर में speed डालना शुरू करता हूँ, मेरी writing बिगड़ने लग जाती है. तो I think in the first like 7 to 8 questions my writing goes really well. Okay. लेकिन उसके बाद बस scribbling होती है पेपर के ऊपर. Okay. तो एक चीज़ जो मैंने रियलाइज करी वो ये थी कि यूपीएससी में राइटिंग का इतना शायद फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. अगर आप कीवर्ड्स इंपॉर्टेंट जो है उनको अंडरलाइन कर रहे हैं और जो नॉर्मल फॉर्मेट में लिख रहे हैं, तो स्पीड अगर है तो आपको मार्क्स ठीक ठाक मिल ही जाएंगे. सो दिस वाज माय ऑब्जर्वेशन.
गॉट इट. ओके, सो आफ्टर योर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट का एक्सपीरियंस, सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट में जब मेंस हो गया था तो फिर इंटरव्यू आपने क्या प्लान किया?
सर एक्चुअली सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट में ये हुआ कि जब मेरा कॉल आया इंटरव्यू का, तभी कोविड सेकेंड वेव के लगभग इंडिकेशंस आ गए थे. सो द इंटरव्यूज गॉट पोस्टपोन्ड एंड माय इंटरव्यू वाज इनिशियली ऑन 31st May. इट गॉट पोस्टपोन्ड टू 2nd September. सो ये जो पूरा गैप था इसमें मैंने एज आई ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड आई गेव 30 मॉक इंटरव्यूज इंक्लूडिंग बोथ ऑनलाइन एंड ऑफलाइन. सो आई ट्राई टू मैक्सिमाइज द नंबर ऑफ ऑनलाइन मॉक इंटरव्यूज दैट आई कुड गिव. I don't think there is any institute in this country जिसका mock interview मैंने छोड़ा है.
Okay.
So because last time my score was only 146 in the interview. So I really wanted to do well because in 30-32 minutes में आपकी destiny काफी change हो सकती है. Thankfully I got 206 marks this year. So that was a very big
This
jump.
is one of the highest, right?
Yes, I think it's in the top 3 or top 5 this year.
Awesome. Congrats, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah. So इसके लिए कुछ और other than apart from mock interviews, right? इसके लिए कुछ और prepare किया आपने, कोई training, किसी DAF पे काम करना, something like that, कुछ ऐसा हुआ?
Actually last time ये हुआ था कि जो मेरा interview था वो second week में ही आ गया था. I barely had a month to prepare. So number of mock interviews that I gave were barely 4 to 5 and DAF पे भी ढंग से मैं काम नहीं कर पाया था.
Okay.
So this time I realized that since I have ample amount of time, firstly I'll work really hard on my DAF. Covered all my hobbies really well. Every word of it I had written the meaning and all. तो वो सब चीजें मैंने cover करी. Secondly, current affairs I think proved really helpful because my entire interview approximately 70 to 80% of it revolved around current affairs. So I had read 2 newspapers, Hindu and the Times of India. So I think वो एक चीज ने मेरे को काफी boost up किया apart from the mock interviews which I was continuously.
Were you nervous that day?
I think everybody is nervous that day.
How was that day? मतलब कैसे सवाल थे? Environment कैसा था रूम में? कोई ऐसे सवाल जो आपको नहीं आता हो, फिर क्या हुआ?
So I still remember that मेरा जो बोर्ड था वो स्मिता नागराजन मैम का था. I was second in my panel, afternoon session था, and only after 20 minutes the first guy had gone after 20 minutes. The sir came and he told that आपका interview अब होने वाला है शुरू. And the thing was वो gloves देते हैं कुछ पहनने के लिए, वो काफी dirty होते हैं, तो मेरे कोट पे कुछ marks हो गए थे, तो मैं फटाफट उनको मिटा रहा था, तो थोड़ा nervousness जरूर था. मैं बाहर बैठा था, तब थोड़ा चल रहा था वही nervousness and all. But I remember I walked into the room, Smita ma'am to ask me to sit, and after she asked me to sit, the first question that came up was, when you went from BITS to IIM, what were the major changes that you observed? And the first answer that I gave was, ma'am, gender ratio. So I think the entire board started laughing at that, and that really helped me calm my nerves, and the mahal became really good. So I think उसने मेरे को एक अच्छा start दिया जो उसके बाद up हिल गया interview.
Got it. और कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन जो आपको नहीं आता रहा हो, then कैसे डॉच किया?
I think I was asked a question on surrogacy. उस वक्त काफी न्यूज में था, and it was a very particular question that if a surrogate mother delivers 2 kids instead of 1, then what will be the situation? So since I was not aware of the technicals, I politely said, sir, I will go back and read more on it as I'm not aware about it. I think that's the best strategy.
Got it. Okay. So after math तो we know कि हाँ क्या है. So ये इस पूरे दौरान, क्योंकि ये 2 साल प्लस का पूरा सफर है आपका ये, राइट? सो पर्सनल लाइफ जो थी और ये जो स्टडी लाइफ जो थी, ये कैसे मैनेज हो रही थी, दोनों कैसे चल रहा था?
सर जो मैं फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट से पहले जो मैंने 1 साल कोचिंग लिया, तब तो मैं दिल्ली में था, तो तब मेरी लाइफ काफी स्ट्रीमलाइन थी बिकॉज आई हैड टू गो फॉर कोचिंग आई थिंक 9 hours a day for the first 4 to 5 months. जब मैं मैथ्स का भी कोचिंग ले रहा था, उसके बाद जब मैंने मैथ्स की खत्म कर दी थी तब जीएस का ही कोचिंग बचता था. तो मेरे फर्स्ट ईयर वाज वेरी स्ट्रीमलाइन कि अब मेरे को पढ़ना है, इतना क्लास का पढ़ना है, फिर कोचिंग जाना है और बाकी चीजें. बट व्हेन आई वेंट बैक होम, जब मैंने अटेम्प्ट दिया तब तक पूरा था. आफ्टर गिविंग द मेंस आई थिंक एक ड्रॉप आता है कि आप थोड़े एग्जॉस्ट हो जाते हो. उस वक्त मोटिवेशन बना के रखना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आई थिंक माई पेरेंट्स रियली हेल्प मी. मैं उन्हीं के साथ रहा हूँ लास्ट 2 years से, तो उन्होंने मेरे को मोटिवेट किया कि जो आपकी शॉर्टकमिंग्स थी फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में, आप उनको अचीव करें, उसको बेटर करें. तो मैंने मैथ्स के लिए, जैसे मैंने बताया, नई बुक्स खरीदी, मैंने उनको प्रैक्टिस करी. तो ये इस तरह से मैंने अपना थोड़ा पर्सनल लाइफ भी मैनेज किया. कोविड की वजह से थोड़ा वो भी होता था, नर्वसनेस, न्यूज़ पे भी वही चल रहा था. बट देन आई थॉट माई पेरेंट्स शील्डेड मी फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ दैट. सो आई थिंक आई रियली वांट टू थैंक देम फॉर देयर हेल्प हियर.
एंड एज फार एज वी अंडरस्टैंड, जो है आपको कोविड हो गया था बिफोर प्रीलिम्स, राइट? How was that scenario? कैसे आप लोगों ने cope up किया?
So actually, I think 2 weeks before my prelims examination in the second attempt, I had got COVID. तब first wave ही चल रहा था, and I still remember that the pain was so much that I could not get up and study. Thankfully, after 7 days of quarantine, all of us got well. There was no any bad thing per se. बट वो 7 दिन में ऐसा होता था कि मैं लैपटॉप से पढ़ता था, तो आई हैड टू लिटरली ले डाउन एंड पुट द लैपटॉप इन अ हॉरिजॉन्टल पोजीशन एंड स्टडी. सो इट वाज वेरी पेनफुल, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई थिंक सिंस आई हैड वर्कड हार्ड फॉर प्रीलिम्स इवन बिफोर दैट टाइम, आई वाज नॉट वेरी नर्वस कि मेरा प्रिपरेशन ठीक है एंड आई शुड बी एबल टू सी इट थ्रू.
एक और बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट होता है प्रिपरेशन में, योर स्टडी सर्कल और फ्रेंड्स. or the roommate and all, right? So आपकी लाइफ में इन्होंने कितना रोल प्ले किया है, कितना सपोर्ट आपको मिला या नहीं मिला? How was that?
एक्चुअली जब मैं प्रेपरेशन कर रहा था तब सिंस मैंने मैथ्स की कोचिंग भी ज्वाइन की थी, सो आई फाउंड सम फ्रेंड्स हु वर आल्सो इन मैथ्स ऑप्शनल एज वेल एज इन जीएस कोचिंग. So I formed a friend circle of nearly 3 to 4 friends. I used to interact with them on a daily basis, and उसके वजह से I think वो थोड़ा एक मोटिवेशन भी बना रहता था कि आपको इतना देर पढ़ना है और ये टेस्ट अटेम्प्ट करना है and all. So UPSC circle में I had limited 3 to 4 friends whom I interacted on a very daily basis. आउटसाइड जो मेरे कॉलेज के दोस्त थे उसमें 3-4 दोस्त अगेन वही थे जिनसे मैंने टच में मैं रहा उनसे, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली I was off all the social media platforms. So it was very, I was not able to maintain contact with many of my friends. But these 3-4 friends who were really close to my heart, I think I owe it to them कि उन्होंने मुझे मोटिवेट किया जिसकी वजह से आज मैं यहाँ पहुँचा.
Okay. Talking about friends, अभी अनअकैडमी एस्पिरेंट सीरीज जो आई थी, I got to know कि हाँ ऐसा कुछ होता है, right? इस तरह की लाइफ होती है एस्पिरेंट्स की. How was your life at ORN?
Firstly, I think the Unacademy Aspirant series is on point. उसमें काफी ऐसे सीन्स थे जो एक्चुअल एस्पिरेंट्स की लाइफ में होते ही हैं, जैसे ऑप्शनल सजेस्ट करता है हर कोई, एंड एट द सेम टाइम यू गो टू कोचिंग एंड यू इंटरेक्ट विद द टीचर्स एज वेल. तो वो सब चीजें होती हैं. मेरी लाइफ भी लगभग वैसी ही थी. आई हैड अ रूम इन द ORN itself, and I also used to pay the rent and everything. कोचिंग में जाता था. There were 2 other people who were living with me. It was a 3 BHK. All 3 of them were preparing for the examination. So I think that also acted as a motivating factor. खाने का सीन थोड़ा खराब ही था. But then if you have a dream, I think ये सब चीज़ें थोड़ी ignore हो जाती हैं. So yes, this was overall my life. But to be very honest, I think that in hindsight, maybe living in a better area can suit you if you can opt for the metro travel and everything, because commute is really easy in Delhi. I was thinking कि मैं वहीं रहूँगा, मेरे को 2 कोचिंग्स करनी है तो commute थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा, इसलिए मैंने ORN में ही अपनी रूम लिया था.
So दिव्यांशु, हमारे सारे सीरियस क्वेश्चंस हो गए and now time comes for the funny round, right? And this is a rapid fire round जिसमें आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछूंगा. जो भी फर्स्ट थिंग आपके दिमाग में आती, please let us know.
Sure.
Okay. So if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would you ask?
I think I would ask that UPSC में copies कैसे check होती हैं, because I think every aspirant wants to know the answer to that.
Okay, awesome. Okay, our next question is, what's the most interesting thing you have read or seen this year?
I think I have read this novel by Khalid Hosseini. It's called The Kite Runner. Okay. And I think it was very interesting because it gave me an insight into the situation of Afghanistan जो पहले से चल रहा था. तो ये काफी interesting चीज थी.
Got it. Okay. What job would you be absolutely horrible at?
I think I would make a horrible salesman. That's why I went for the finance profile in my MBA as well.
Okay. Okay. What movie has everyone else seen, movie or series, but you haven't?
तारे ज़मीन पर.
You have not seen Tare Zameen?
No.
Okay. Okay. What is your dream job and what makes it so amazing?
I hope I have got my dream job. And I think the thing that makes it most amazing is the impact that it can make on the lives of a lot of people.
Awesome. Okay. What is something most people do easily but you find very difficult?
खाना बनाना.
Khana banana. Okay. So, hear this. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
I think I would really like to emphasize the importance of hard work and dedication in anyone's life. I have personally experienced this importance, particularly in the civil services and the CAT preparation during my school, college, and ultimately the civil services life. So I think अगर आप मेहनत करेंगे और अगर आप दिल से चाहेंगे तो शायद सारी कायनात आपको मिलाने में लग जाएगी आपके टारगेट से.
Okay, well said. Would you leave your hometown forever or stay in your hometown forever?
I think it depends on the job profile that I have. But at the same time, if the job profile does not permit, I would like to visit my hometown regularly since my parents live there. But at the same time, now being an IS officer, I also want to contribute as much to the outside world as well.
Okay, got it. Is there an app that you hate but you use anyways?
I had installed Snapchat once just to see how it works, but then I hated it so much कि मैंने 2-3 दिन बाद इसको uninstall कर दिया था कि ये नहीं होगा.
Okay. Okay. Hear this out. What is the stupidest thing you have done on your own free will?
So we had this friend in our wing in Wits Pilani, and he was scared of. He was really scared of things. So what we did was that we had an empty test tube. We just put it over his head and said that now the microbes have come to your head and they are going to give you some disease. And he literally started crying and saying that how will I give my exam next day, and you guys are bad and all. So I think that was a good experience.
And this was first year?
This was first year, yes.
Okay. Okay. So what's something you have tried but you will never ever try again?
I think sushi.
Okay. If you could change one thing about your upbringing, what would it be?
My parents, since they were both working, so they were not able to give as much time to me and my sister.
Okay.
So I think if I would be able to change that so that they could give more time to us, that would be really good.
Okay. When things break, do you prefer to fix them or replace them?
I would prefer to fix them.
Fix them. Okay. What are you most looking forward to in the next 10 years?
I think I'm most looking forward to getting blessings of as many people that as I could based on my work that I'll do on the field, because initially in the starting years of IAS, it is mostly field work. So I'm really banking on getting those blessings, because मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि दवाएं से ज़्यादा दुआएं काम करती हैं इस दुनिया में.
Awesome. Is there any genre in which you want to work? मतलब कुछ सोचा है कि हाँ इस चीज़ पे ज़्यादा काम करने की ज़रूरत है, वो फोकस मेरा ज़्यादा ही रहेगा?
So till date, as I talked about my experiences in NSS and Teach for India, education sector has been one that I really look forward to working in, because मैंने उसमें काफ़ी glaring issues देखे हैं, and hopefully with my technical and managerial skills, I'll be able to solve some of the issues present in that sector.
How far you think EdTech is helping in this education problem?
I think EdTech is a really, really good idea, because it has ultimately decentralized the education, which now can be reached to as far areas as possible, remote areas में जहाँ कुछ possibility थी ही नहीं पहले. And with the coming of events like COVID, वैसे भी सब कुछ digital platforms पे ही चला गया. So I think EdTech is a really good initiative in terms of all these parameters.
So do you believe कि now not only UPSC but every test preparation, or in fact any kind of education, online has already penetrated into, and people are going for online education and learning a lot?
Yes, exactly, because ultimately if the top teachers are coming onto these online platforms and teaching the same content that they teach in the offline platforms,
right,
everyone should prefer the ease of teaching. And in online you have the option of downloading the videos, seeing it later based on your convenience. At the same time, you can prioritize which videos to see and which to not. So I think it offers a very great ease, and I think it's better than the offline platform.
So will you be working on something related to this, bringing EdTech into maybe remote education or something like that?
Yes, definitely. For example, in the rural areas, there is this thing called community service centers, जहाँ पे जो IT penetration होता है वो सबसे ज़्यादा होता है. So I would try to bridge the gap between EdTechs and those CSCs. And if I'm able to do that, I think I'll be able to promote a very good education level at the village levels as well.
Okay. So thanks a lot for those wonderful answers. And for this, there is a small token of appreciation from Unacademy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, आप नीचे रखो. So Divyanshu, there is one more ritual. Every topper has to tag another topper कि वो भी यहाँ पे आए इस सीट पे और अपनी strategy share करें. तो please tag someone.
So I would like to tag Jagat Sai. He's ranked 32 this year, and I hope that he comes here and shares his experience with all of you guys.
Great. So Jagat sir, we'll wait for you, right? और जो है बात करेंगे आपसे जब आप यहाँ होंगे. So Divyanshu, if you have any message or tip for our learners, please share.
The first thing that I would like to share is that please work dedicatedly towards your goal. It is very, very important to have intrinsic motivation to clear this examination. It takes a lot of efforts. Definitely, luck plays a lot of part, but then your hard work is ultimately going to be the weapon by which you are going to fight this examination. And at the same time, problems हर किसी की life में होती हैं. So कोई भी problem छोटा या बड़ा नहीं होता, I think. But at the same time, if you have the intrinsic motivation and at the same time with the help of your near and dear friends and parents, if you're able to conquer that, you will definitely succeed in this examination.
Awesome, Divyanshu. Divyanshu, जो है वो how was your experience coming here and sharing your strategy with us?
I think it was a really good experience because apart from the normal interview also, the rapid fire questions I really liked. So I think that was fun part. And at the same time, it was a good experience because the prelims mains interview strategies were covered respectively well. And at the same time, I think I was able to put forward the things that I wanted to say. So overall, thank you so much.
It was great having you here. मतलब जो आपने बातें बताई, I'm very sure कि will be very very helpful for all the learners.
Thank you.
And stay in touch and best of luck for your journey.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you. तो अभी आपने देखा दिव्यांशु चौधरी, ऑल इंडिया रैंक 30, जिन्होंने अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी शेयर करी हमारे साथ. आई एम वेरी श्योर कि आपको इससे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. प्लीज़ जुड़े रहिए हमसे. ऐसे और भी बहुत सारे टॉपर्स यहाँ पे आएंगे जो अपनी स्ट्रैटेजीज आपसे शेयर करेंगे. थैंक्स अ लॉट. सी यू अगेन.